Given the fireworks of Monday night, you imagine that might be the same here tonight for NC State, scoring at nauseum against Quinnipiac.
Yeah, they were on point, man. Everybody scored in that game. That came in the game, they did something positive.
Jada Boyd wins the opening tip, and NC State with the basketball first. Wolfpack offense, last year 12th in the country in scoring. That did not slow down on Monday. 82 points as Johnson traveled. Here's the Phoenix starting attack for Charlotte Smith. And this is a team in Elon that does have to replace Bree Perpignan, the starting point guard, all conference. Raven Preston comes in as a freshman. McGill, the senior, and Lenasia Evans, the Rider transfer, a good prospect.
Yeah. I mean, they got 7 new players on this team, and they're all young. It's just, you got to settle them down, man. In an environment like this, when one of the top teams in the country.
One of the best to do it. Charlotte Smith, a national champion at North Carolina, just down the street. She leads this Elon program. And a deep 2 for Hayes goes in.
Hayes, if she can knock that jumper down, she hit her first shot in the first game against Quinnipiac. She knocked down a 3 in that game, which was her first shot. So if she can knock that jumper down consistently, NC State's going to be a tough out.
Back to Ivana McGill, and a tough shot in the post. Elon only scored 10 points in the paint when these teams met last year, early December in this building. Diamond Johnson, the preseason all-conference, runs the show. And Camille Hobby, a player Westmore is really high on in the post.
Yeah, Hobby had 10 points in the first game, played a great game. Hobby's been waiting her turn.
Here's Jakia Brown-Turner with an opening 3.
And that's what I want to see. The left-hand jump shot from Jakia Brown-Turner. That's her game right there.
Now she sits 12 points away from 1,000. Could be a quick start for the senior.
I hope she doesn't know she's 12 points away, because sometimes that's a lot of pressure.
Ivana McGill sure knows she needs to score for Elon. There's a quick bucket for the Phoenix.
Yeah, she just got that shot down low, turned around and knocked it down.
Jada Boyd was perfect from the field in the opener. Kicks it out. And Johnson can't rattle in the 3.
That's her shot, too, that baseline jumper. She's not going to miss too many of those.
Johnson with a steal, and she converts it.
Diamond Johnson with the steal.
What makes Diamond so elite defensively? Because we talk about her all ACC offense every night.
Oh, yeah, Diamond Johnson, she's a great defender and rebounder for a guard her size.
Had 10 games with 5 or more rebounds last year. For the shortest player on the floor, this is an illegal screen on Elon.
Here's Diamond Johnson. Played her left hand, stole the ball, and laid it in. Great defensive play by Diamond Johnson.
Westmore wants Johnson to develop as a passer, as a team-oriented player. She could score with anybody in the country last year.
Yeah, and that's going to be her challenge this year. Distributing the ball and not thinking shot first. Trying to get everybody involved.
You know what? Let Jakia Brown-Turner go shot first. 5 good points. Her ability to drive off that 3-point shot, that's impressive.
Yeah, she can shoot the 3 and go to the hole. She's a complete player.
Now, within 10 points of 1,000 is great backdoor cut. Elon can run good offense.
That was a beautiful bounce pass.
That's Chloe Williams, the freshman at Wake Forest, just up the road here at Heritage High School. Johnson blocked by Williams, and a late foul. I love the effort, though, by the freshman defensively. Westmore, he didn't hit many freshmen, but he found the transfer portal quite all right.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
223 wins in his NC State tenure.
Yeah, and this team has no freshmen, but he's got a crew coming in next year.
Just signed a top 5 recruiting class earlier yesterday.
Yes, he did.
On National Signing Day. Highest ever recruiting class in the Westmore era. As you know, Ernie, it's one thing to sign those players, it's the other to develop and produce those 4-year seniors like Brown-Turner and Boyd.
Well, he knows how to do that. He had Elisa Conane and Kayla Jones, and the one sitting right beside us here.
2 of the 16 WNBA draft picks for NC State. An early substitution. River Baldwin, a talented senior, comes in, a grad student. Pardon me, Regina Walton for Elon. See a quick foul here on Johnson, a little aggressive.
Now she takes chances. She gets steals. She takes chances on defense. But she plays good defense. She keeps the player right in front of her.
Johnson can pick your pocket. 47 steals last year for the NC State guard. And remember, she came off the bench all but one game last year. McGill got away with the travel step, and then it's picked up. We noted Westmore were one of the best to do it as a player. Charlotte Smith, 3-time champion at Elon and a coach of the year in 2017. She is building a program here for the Phoenix.
Yeah, she is, and she's got a lot of young players. She was coach of the year in the conference in 2017. I mean, and on the call today, she said, I don't care if we win or lose the game. I want to develop my players.
How about an opening week at Wake Forest with the new coach Jebbia, and then at NC State? That's a hard week for the Phoenix.
That's a hard week for the Phoenix. Last year, she started the season off with South Carolina, the #1 team, and NC State, the #2 team.
There's a steal for Johnson, and coast to coast.
So she's not running from anybody.
So Johnson's up to her nifty ways with a couple of early steals. And we'll take the timeout here. NC State, first 4 minutes, 2 steals, playing like an excellent defender.
Yeah, the thievery of Diamond Johnson. I mean, she's playing the defense, getting the steals and scoring. She can score in multiple ways. I mean, she's a knockdown three-point shooter, and she can get the steal and lay you and take you to the basket.
Emily Engsler of Louisville, one of the best in the conference, led the country last year, 93 steals. Johnson would love to join that party this year.
Well, she's playing starters minutes. She might get it.
That's a great point. Nearly 30 minutes a night. Let's look at Brown Turner reaching in and taking the ball away as she earned the foul. That's great defense.
And you're not going to play for Westmore if you can't play defense. I mean, they play great offense or what have you, but if you're not playing defense, you're not going to stay in the game.
And Ernie, that was a huge emphasis for Westmore this year. New roster, new team. They want to start strong defensively.
Yeah, because, again, I said this on the previous broadcast, you know, there are going to be nights where your offense is not clicking, but your defense has to remain consistent.
Jada Boyd comes up short. Good defense by Elon. 17 wins for the Phoenix last year. Lost in the first round of the CAA tournament to the eventual champions Drexel. That three is off.
There's a rebound by Diamond Johnson.
From Asia Evans. Nice dime to Hobby, who heads to the line. That's a no-look cross-court pass from Diamond Johnson.
Yeah, Diamond Johnson had her head up, saw Hobby going to the basket, and gave up the ball. Here's Diamond Johnson, head up, hit Hobby. Hobby gets fouled and goes to the basket.
Ernie, you were a passer, mostly a scorer in your tenure. How difficult does that look?
I wasn't a passer. I'll tell you that much. I never met a shot I didn't like. But
you had to pass it to pass it back, right?
Yeah,
Will Ferrell in
I played with one of the great passers in NC State history and ACC history, Sidney Lowe. But that was a great look by Diamond Johnson.
Wolfpack convert from the free throw line. It's the strength of NC State last year, 75% as a team.
Hobby, she waited her turn, and she's being rewarded for it. Her hard work and dedication.
And Westmore spoke highly of that. Could have jumped back in the portal, transferred somewhere else, and elected to wait her turn behind Cunane.
And again, you know, her parents, you know, I talked to her, and she said that her parents told her that once you make a commitment, stick with it. And she's being rewarded right here. She has 3 rings on top of that. So she's a winner.
Now she's a full-time starter after coming off the bench in all but one game last year.
Yes.
Harmon looks for some pressure against this NC State defense. And Preston banks it strong. Preston fighting for the boards there. And the foul of Asia James.
Preston is a good-looking freshman. I mean, she's, and Coach Smith talked about her in the call earlier today. You know, she comes from a good program, high school coach. She came ready to play.
Southeast Guilford, an excellent high school program in the Greensboro area. And this Elon team is very young. And when I say that, 8 freshmen, Ernie, that's hard to integrate. 9 new players, a lot of new faces for Charlotte.
Yeah, a lot of new faces. She's going to have to coach them up. They're going to learn a lot. They're going to lose a lot, but they're going to learn a lot.
Charlotte Smith said, I want my team ready for conference play. These games are important, but we're looking forward to January.
And she's not running from anybody. She wants – this is how when you play teams like NC State, you find out who you are. You know, you want to play the best competition.
Phoenix open conference play January 30th against NCA&T as a block called for a foul. Hayes drew it.
That was a nice pass by Jada Boyd.
And I want to take note of the mouth guard for Madison Hayes. It may have been overlooked in game one, but she has the Dracula look on her teeth right there. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, she came ready to play, and she battles so hard down low, she doesn't want to lose some teeth in the process.
Tuesday night, speaking
she plays
of teeth,
hard.
we'll have an ACC men's basketball double dip for you on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Louisville hosts App State at 6 Eastern. Then Armando Bacon and #1 North Carolina hosts Gardner-Webb, the Running Bulldogs, at the Dean Smith Center.
Yeah,
Isn't it great? College basketball back first week.
Loving it.
What are you, McDonald's over here? There's a foul. It heads towards our way.
No, right? They didn't pay for that.
We've seen early in this new season Diamond Johnson more assertive defensively. Where does that come from as play?
Well, the defense creating offense. She knows that she has to be the catalyst on defense and offense for this team. She has to set the tone.
And insert Sanaya Rivers, the South Carolina transfer at the guard position. The size of a forward, the speed of a guard, and the skills of a do-it-all player.
Yeah, she can play. She's long.
And Harmon hits it right in her face.
Harmon says, welcome to the game.
Maria Harmon
Rivers.
had 10 points when these teams met last year, having a nice start from three. Boyd penetrates. Hobby inside, nice cleanup.
Yeah, rare miss by Jada Boyd on the drive. Great pickup by Hobby, crashing the offensive boards.
Another near turnover, Rivers getting her hand in it.
Here's Harmon, setting it right up, straight shot, bang.
It's like me with a pool cue, call my 8-ball corner pocket, knocking it in. Elon is a team, they can hit the three-pointer. 6 made threes a game last year for Charlotte Smith's club. Harmon looks to navigate Rivers and nearly throws it away. So much size for NC State defensive.
Size at every position. You haven't seen River Baldwin yet. She's 6'5".
Have you seen Whitney Armstrong, by the way, the official? She is one of the most intimidating figures I see on the bench. That loose ball scooped up and scored by the Phoenix. I've talked to Whitney a bunch this year. She is a no-nonsense referee, worked 20 years in the ACC and the Big South Conference. I like those long-time officials that respect the game. As Brown Turner hits her first
Yeah,
miss.
me too. I mean, they put a lot into the game.
Maybe the head coaches don't like the officials, but you got to respect what they do. Hard business.
Nobody likes the Zebras, man. Nobody likes the Zebras.
First touch from Maya Johnson into the game, and she flings it outside, resulting in a second three. Vanessa Taylor.
Vanessa Taylor just over the outstretched hand of Jada Boyd.
Ernie, that was a moon shot. Had a little height to it and dropped right in.
Oh, yeah. Got a little condensation on the basketball when it came down.
Taylor's a 30% three-point shooter. As Rivers lashes in, kind of threw that at the basket, didn't bounce home. Phoenix only down 6. Harmon for 3.
She was wide open.
I like that, though. Let a shooter shoot. Alongside a great shooter himself, Ernie Johnson. I'm Evan Budrovich tonight here in Raleigh. Top 10 NC State playing for 1,000 program wins, and the bank is open.
Hobby just turned, and that was one of those, what are you doing? Okay, great shot.
That's the first three-pointer in Camille Hobby's career. Not the way she drew it up, but
no, the bank was definitely open on that one.
I thought it was Friday, not Sunday. Elon looks to respond. That's a rejection for Rivers. And how about Camille Hobby extending her game beyond the three-point line?
Here you go. Hey, I'm open. Bang. Off the glass. I called that.
More
as
like bounce back. I know what you're saying.
Like she knew it was going down.
She becomes the 7th player this season for NC State to hit a 3. I'd not have her high on my bingo card entering the night. There's an offensive rebound for McGill, who lost her wig. And she found her wig and threw it out of bounds.
Oh, no.
Maybe she'll play better with short hair, as we have an armbar foul on NC State. You ever seen that before, Ernie?
No, I've never seen that before, but that's going to be on every blooper reel in the country.
It would have been great if she scored the basket with the short hair and lost the long hair.
She can't believe it. She's laughing.
We have the equipment manager grabbing the hair. It'll stay Elon basketball.
I've never seen that before. And I hope to never see it again.
I've seen cornrows come loose before, but I've never seen the fake wig pop off.
Nah, I mean, you know, with women, that's like an embarrassing thing. I mean, she smiled and it was okay.
Here's a three-point shot and a bit off. That's
Mimi Collins with the rebound.
Rivers bangs into bodies. Perfect pass. And River Baldwin, the Florida State transfer, with the rebound.
The offensive rebound.
Madison Hayes took an extra step. But the passing tonight from NC State's been really good.
Yeah, it has. And that was Isaiah James on that drive to the basket with the happy feet.
Ernie, you were a shooter by trade. How important is that quality pass to set you up?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, you know, they hit you right in the hands. You got to be ready. Your hands got to be ready to receive the ball when you're ready to shoot.
And NC State, top 25 last year in the country in assists. They're a really good addition to the ball.
Oh, yes, they are.
Little post play with McGill.
Oh,
short hair,
move.
don't care for the bunny.
Great footwork by McGill.
Ivana McGill nearing 100 career games in her Elon and UNC Asheville career, fifth-year senior. She's one of two returning starters for Charlotte Smith as Baldwin has the size mismatch. River goes to remove and is fouled by Witkowski.
Yeah, you got to get it into us. Here's McGill. As soon as she get the ball, fake right, left, nice jump hook. Running back down court. Beautiful move by McGill.
Ivana McGill is third in Elon history in career field goal percentage at 58%.
She doesn't shoot too many outside shots. Most of her shots are right under the basket. But you still got to make them.
1 of 2 from the line. And a nice board for the Phoenix and McGill.
The Phoenix are playing well right now. They're
Very
in the game.
competitive first quarter.
Yeah, they're in the game here.
Last year's contest, a 40-point blowout for NC State. McGill, the operator, and she took the extra step. 7 turnovers for the Phoenix. Hard way to win.
Yeah, you can't win turning the basketball over, but the defense intensity of NC State is making that happen. But, hey, they're still in the game. They're a young ball club on the road in this environment, fans all over the place.
5-second difference, game and shot clock. James with a nice pass and a foul underneath on Witkowski.
I like the way the Wolfpack is, they're moving the ball. They're looking for a good shot. They're trying to get River Baldwin the ball down low. They're taking their time on offense. You see the ball go from one side of the court to the other.
An important number, Ernie. This is free throws 9 and 10 for NC State in the first quarter. You think back to last year, Caitlin Clark in Iowa led the country with 20 free throw attempts a game. That's a prolific number with already 10 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a young team, and they're just learning how to play defense on this level, so they're fouling a lot.
I thought as the shooter, you're going to take the offensive mindset to that prompt. He took the defensive mindset.
Right.
Alongside former NC State standout Ernie Myers, who played in this building at Reynolds Coliseum. Evan Budrovich here of Belvano Arena. Final 10 seconds of this first quarter. Brea Harmon looks up with 5. Finds a shooter. James heaves a bit short. That ends the first quarter. Both teams shooting the ball well, each over 40%, but it's the Diamond Johnson show. Shine bright like a diamond tonight. 2 steals and 6 points for the All-ACC standout.
First ACC champions, man. She was a great point guard. I loved her game here.
Also on staff, Estes Bokum, who played at NC State, and Elon as well. They're working together. And, of course, we have to talk about the Kay Yao connection that we'll dive into all night. Really fascinating how these programs that are just an hour apart. Our producer, Matt Curry, went to Elon, so a fun tie there. As a first bucket for Ivana McGill. She has 6 points.
Yeah, nice baseline jumper by Ivana McGill. She had a hand in her face.
McGill's 3 of 4 shooting. Big scoring presence for Elon.
And I thought it would be tough on her with the size of the Wolfpack down low, but she's getting her shots.
Brown Turner, 5 points in the first.
Look at River Baldwin.
Baldwin rising up to the trees. Second chance, no. And a loose ball. James, tough floater.
Tough floater by James. That's her shot, too.
That's hard-earned basketball as McGill loses the wig on that possession.
River Baldwin's arms are so long. I mean, she just, oops.
Wow, offensive foul. McGill can't believe it. I don't blame her there.
McGill pushed her to the ground. McGill was like, get out of my way.
There's Essence Bokum, second year here at Elon with NC State ties.
Yeah, she was a grad assistant here. I used to see her in practice all the time, working, on the practice squad. She had game. She was real quick.
By the way, I'm team polo with the coaches now. I'm all for it. I know we dress up for suits to look pretty on TV, but there's a steal for Elon. Bria Harmon takes it away. The undersized underdog Elon Phoenix hanging around tonight. Good drive and a block by James. That denied Maya Johnson. We'd be remiss not to mention the biggest connection of them all, Kay Yao, who started her coaching career not at NC State, but at Elon.
At Elon.
Phoenix.
Yeah, she did, and her sister played there as well. Debbie Yao.
And the all-time great coach here at NC State, the legend, the pinnacle of the program, Debbie.
Yeah.
Who spent a decade as a coach and now an athletic administrator formerly here at NC State.
Kay Yao was one of the best.
Two schools so interconnected, which I find neat. As Sanaya Rivers drives all the way in.
River ran through it on that drive. She just grabbed the rebound and just laid it in full court.
For her to be the size of a forward, but the guard play, how does that work for such a dynamic athlete?
Yeah, man, she's just long and lengthy and athletic. And she can get to the basket anytime she wants.
Now we have a loose scrum on the court, jump ball. And possession stays with NC State.
Here's Sanaya on the drive. Here she going. River ran right through the offense right here.
Nice route.
That's hard to stop.
Yeah, that's Christopher Columbus.
That's hard to stop.
So Collins and River Baldwin take a breather. The starters return with Camille Hobby.
She always has her head up.
Sanaya Rivers played 27 games, the national champions last year in South Carolina.
Yeah, she already has a natty. We have something in common. She got a ring her first year, and I got one my first year.
Freshman national champion here at NC State, and Hobby the and one.
That is vintage Camille Hobby. You have to check out the footwork on the move right there. She practices this all the time. I see her in practice. The footwork, up with the right hand, lean in, one step, going to the line.
Ernie, that move reminds me of the NCAA rebounding champion last year, Ayoka Lee from Kansas State, who played twice here in Raleigh. Very good in the post as a scorer.
Yeah, I mean, she has great hands, Ayoka Lee.
And for Hobby, developing into an 8-9 point a game scorer, that's not been in her arsenal leading up to this year.
Yeah, as Hobby can score. I mean, she was an integral part, even though she came off the bench, she was an integral part of all of those championship teams.
Another steal for NC State. The floodgates are loose. Rivers, the great pass.
Oh.
But couldn't hit. And a ping pong scrum goes out to Elon.
That was a beautiful pass by Sanaya Rivers. James just cannot complete that.
Looking for a foul, nothing called. Rebound Johnson, and stays here.
You got to admire the fight of the Elon, the Phoenix. They are battling.
Lanesha Evans pleading her case for a foul, doesn't get it granted. You've been in those moments, Ernie, as a player, begging for a foul.
Yeah, but always begging for a foul.
And the defender always goes, I didn't touch her, I swear. No contact.
Yeah, everybody's looking at the ref.
Pretty clean game foul-wise. Johnson has 2. No more with 2 for NC State. Elon has 3 players with 2 fouls. Raven Preston, the freshman, is trapped. And like passing her midterms, gets it right back. That was a nifty move by Preston. State with numbers.
She's going all the way.
Out to Rivers. Sanaya in through 3 and drops it home.
Good pass by James. Great shot by Rivers. She paused, gathered herself, went up with a nice
Sanaya Rivers,
Jump
the
hook.
8th-ranked transfer in the country. That's a big presence for NC State. Is a good jumper for Preston the other way.
Yeah, Preston.
Tell me about this
She's an
transfer
impressive.
portal, because NC State's leaned on Rivers and Collins for a ton of minutes in this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that transfer portal, I mean, they got almost 3 McDonald's All-Americans.
Speaking of which, there's a three-pointer from one of them.
and player of the year in her year in college and her year in high school.
River Baldwin down low for Florida State.
Yeah, and Sanaya Rivers, a national champion. You got a national champion out of the transfer portal. And she was the player of the year in her class, the Gatorade player of the year. Sanaya
Regina
Rivers.
Walton with a nifty move. I think Rivers just drew the foul there. Actually, Jada Boyd that time. You note that bevy of talent NC State brings in. And that's what gives Wes more confidence to only have 11 on his roster. A talented 11, but not a very deep team.
They're very deep, NC State. I mean, they have every player on this team can play. You know, I mean.
Less in terms of numbers and more in terms of talent.
Right, absolutely. There's no walk-ons on this team. There's no garbage time. On this particular team, you have to play to stay in the game. I don't care if you're up 40.
Because NC State went to work this offseason and brought in a ton of talent. These are the 3 big additions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, River Baldwin. All of these players are McDonald's All-Americans.
All have played.
And they're coming off the bench.
Right.
So, I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches for Coach Wes Moore. I mean, you could have 3. I remember years ago when I was doing these games, this place wasn't packed. You know what I mean? There was no McDonald's All-Americans coming off the bench. He's done an awesome job building this program.
2
Coach
transfers
Wes
on the court right now for Wes Moore's club. Up by 10 midway through the second. Brown Turner
Beautiful shot.
cannot get the bounce.
Look at that rebound by Sanaya Rivers. She just out-jumped everybody.
That can be said of a lot of people. Rivers 4 points, 2 boards.
Here's Hobby sizing her up.
Hobby the
Bang.
jumper. That's pretty. Camille Hobby at double figures with 12.
Hobby waited her turn, and she's showing out.
It's the Hobby Lobby in the post. All her shots inside the lane.
Yeah, she has a 3-pointer in this game. Some free throws.
We knew she was a great player, but the scoring development of Camille Hobby is fun to watch this year, replacing Elisa Cunane, who had 2,000 points in her 10 years. That ball goes loose, and I'll go to NC State. We'll take the timeout early in the second quarter. It's the Camille Hobby show tonight. 12 points for the NC State team.
Has 12 points here with the footwork, spin move,
And
take
Ernie,
and bake.
it's the plethora of moves she brings
Oh,
to the
yeah.
table.
Oh, without question. His sizes up, bang.
And then the best shot of the night.
And the best shot off the glass, I called it. I'm running down the court with my tongue out.
So her Instagram handle is HooperGirl41,
Yeah.
of course, with her number. She's playing like a baller tonight. 12 points, back-to-back games, double figures.
Oh, yeah, she is playing lights out. She's playing like, I earned this spot. This is my spot. Ain't nobody taking it.
Sat behind an All-American, Elisa Cunane, last year in the post. And while she was the 6th woman or best forward off the bench, this now becomes her team scoring down low.
Yeah, it's her game.
Because NC State has some big shoes to fill, not only with all-conference players and tremendous contributors, but Ernie, this is a prolific list with Elisa Cunane and Kai Crutchfield.
Kai Crutchfield, Kayla Jones, Raina Perez. That's the legacy core. That's
all 4
the
that
crew.
could start for multiple years for Westmore.
And a lot of wins. Second-ranked team in the country.
Over 125 wins in a 4-year tenure. It's hard to replicate as the clock hits 5. Brown Turner, nifty move. She's up to 7.
Brown Turner is a smooth operator. She looks effortless when she drives to the basket and she plays. She kind of glides across the floor.
Brown Turner now 8 points from 1,000 in her career. Trying to score 1,000
There's
on the
Hobby.
same night that NC State had 1,000 wins as a program. Jessica Timmons with a nice
pushing it.
outlet pass. Brown Turner's been not afraid to shoot tonight. I tell you what, 7 shot attempts. That'll stay here.
No, she shouldn't be because she can shoot. You know what I mean? She knows how to put that ball in the hole. She's almost at 1,000 points.
Would do it in 93 games. That's about a 10-point per game average if you multiply it out.
And she's played on some great teams. I mean, she has 3 rings. You know what I mean? I mean, not too many players that played in this conference can say that.
And she can win a 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Here in February or March.
ACC, first team.
You booking it already?
Her sophomore year, she was first team.
Oh, no doubt. I thought you were big Nostradamus with me.
No.
I know Elizabeth Kitley and
She's
crew will have some things to say about that.
Yeah, she's preseason all ACC.
Part of the Blue Ribbon panel, coaches voting for all ACC players. I think Sinai Rivers may join that party by the time the year ends.
Yeah, I think so.
Look at that behind-the-back dribble, step through, kick out. Clock to 1, and NC State lost track of the clock, a violation.
Mimi Collins couldn't get the ball up to the basket on that. And
Almost
she can shoot
too many passes there maybe for the Wolfpack?
Yeah, they were too unselfish on offense in that particular set right there.
An NC State team that was top 25 in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio commits their 4th turnover to 4 assists tonight. Elon searching to hang around in this second quarter. Had it as close as 6. Doty finds Evans. No shot
Look
easy
at the
tonight.
defensive intensity of the Wolfpack.
Clock to 7. Wadkowski can't hit. And Elon down to 33% shooting.
Mimi Collins is just ripping down rebounds. She can shoot that shot right there.
And she does.
She can shoot that.
First bucket for Mimi Collins.
She's deadly from the mid-range game, Mimi Collins.
The Maryland transfer, all Big Ten honorable mention last year. Nice piece as your 7th or 8th in the rotation.
Mm-hmm. Here's Mimi on the catch and shoot. Right here. Catch. Size it up. Okay. Bang.
She becomes the 7th player to score for NC State. And that was the same story on Monday night. We
Yes,
noted
it
in
was.
the graphic 5 players with 9 or more. That's the balance that Westmore's looking for.
Yeah, here you go. Sophie Hart enters the game. Gives Camille Hobby a blow.
The 3rd forward to check in for NC State. Hart had 3 points in her debut on Monday.
Hart played behind and played in practice against an All-American last year, and she's gotten better.
Another turnover for Elon. That's 10 giveaways for the Phoenix.
She had to battle the big smile every day in practice last year.
When we talk defensively for NC State, we don't talk prolific team in terms of holding opponents. Ernie, but tonight's performance, how does that translate to the next couple of games?
Well, I mean, they start with the defense. You know, Coach Westmore, yeah, they score points and all that. But his defense is, oh, there's Mimi with the step in. Beautiful move. But, yeah,
Because when you're holding teams to 30 points and a half, that makes for some good basketball.
Yeah, absolutely.
You think of UCF last year, the best scoring defense in the country at 46 a night. That's the type of performance tonight from NC State.
Yeah, that's what this is leading to. I mean, they're playing against an inexperienced ball club.
As another turnover force,
But,
Rivers runs the break.
Rivers.
Look at that move.
Did you see what she did on that move?
Defense leads to offense for NC State.
Yeah, yes, it did.
We'll take the timeout here in the first half. 2 of her 10 points in transition for NC State tonight. She just put on a fantastic play. Steal the ball, get the layup the other way.
Yeah, and everywhere the defensive player turned, she went the opposite direction on that particular drive.
She's like the Grim Reaper in your dreams. Next thing you know, Sinai Rivers and crew are going to make it tough to score on an opponent. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Elon shooting just 20% in the second quarter. Evans with the step back. That's a nice look.
That's a nice look. That's a beautiful move.
And now a out-of-bounds turnover. I think Collins stepped in play before throwing it in.
Yeah, I think she did. I think she stepped over the line.
Held on to the ball for an extra half second. And Mimi immediately goes to the bench. In comes Madison Hayes.
Yeah, that's what happens, man. Like I said, you got to play to stay. And you can't make too many mistakes
West has a quick trigger. For sure.
Yeah, yeah. And she's a vet. So he's saying you should know better.
Now in the post to Maya Johnson. Have not seen as much from McGill in this quarter. And
Hands
Hart
up,
with the
Sophie.
defense.
Yeah.
Rivers looks ahead.
Ooh.
Spins. Nice kick out. Rebound Hayes.
Nice
Second
play.
chance in.
See, that's why she wears that mouth guard. You see how she crashed the basket? See how she crashed the boards? With reckless abandon and put that ball back in the hole.
One thing I've noticed from NC State tonight, their ability to kick the ball out on offensive rebounds, that's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're always looking for their teammates. They're always looking for each other. Yeah. Even on rebounds, they kick out. They got great shooters to spot up and knock down shots.
Final minute of this first half. Sophie Hart tripped and gave it away. Numbers for Elon. Coming up at halftime, we'll note some of the milestones in NC State program history with a chance to reach 1,000 wins tonight. So stick around at halftime. Great pictures, great memories with Ernie Myers and crew, and good effort there from Ms. Hayes.
See Hayes, she's falling in the stands. See that hustle?
Madison Hayes wants to join the lineage of great players that will feature at halftime.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school herself. Great player.
Holding
At
Elon
Mississippi
scoreless
State.
for the last 5 minutes as
Wow.
Harmon comes up strong. And the Wolfpack can hold for the final shot.
Here's Jessica Timmons.
Vanessa Taylor on the defensive assignment. And she's playing her tight. Coached by a national champion in Charlotte Smith with a clock at 6. Nice pass. Rivers for 3. And that ends the first half. Wire-to-wire lead for NC State in the first 20 minutes. The Wolfpack, number 10 team in the country. Ernie, how about their performance in the first 20?
I mean, their defensive intensity was there. The scoring, the sharing the basketball, the rebounding, Camille Hobby playing out of her mind. So, to bring some players in from the transfer portal, it's going to take a time. They're going to have their lumps this year. I mean, but they're getting better. He's going to make sure they're getting better. And that's what Coach wants to see. He wants to see his team progress throughout the season.
So Elon starts with the basketball to begin this second half. A road trip at Wake Forest and at NC State this week for Charlotte Smith's club. And a tip and an interception for NC State. Johnson,
Good
nice pass. Boyd couldn't hit it. Johnson had the rebound there for a second.
Beautiful pass by Johnson.
Alongside Ernie Myers, I'm Evan Budrovich guiding you through tonight. Doty with a tough jumper and banks it home. How about that angle?
I know, off the glass. Doty.
Elon, while not prolific scoring, balanced. 9 different players have now scored tonight.
In an assortment of ways.
Seen Bankton shots.
Bankton shots.
Seen moonball threes, and Johnson rolls in a bucket. Ernie, how about this for Diamond Johnson? 8 points, but a quiet and productive 8 points.
Oh, yeah, and only 1 turnover. And that's what Coach is looking at. I mean, she's running the ball club when she gets in. She had 2 fouls. She didn't play a whole lot in the first half, but she's a scorer.
She had 3 steals in about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Her defensive intensity is key for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, here she is right here.
Playing some strong defense and forces a turnover.
She's looking at her. She's looking at the ref like, come on.
So, Ernie, if Johnson develops this aspect of her game, how explosive can she be as a player?
I mean, she's explosive already, but if she can be a team leader and run the point and still get her shots off, I mean, she's an All-American.
She's a Nancy Lieberman watch list player for the best point guard in the country. That was Paige Beckers last year. Maybe the door's open for someone to slide into that role with Beckers' injury as Boyd is fouled. Because when you rock socks like Diamond Johnson, you're going all purple, you have personality. Then you add some defense to a double-digit point scorer.
Yeah, and one thing about Johnson, she's pressure. Every time she has the ball, you have to guard her. She's pressure. She puts the pressure on the defense every time she brings the ball up the court. You don't know what she's going to do. She's going to pass it. She's going to shoot it. She's going to drive to the basket.
Is she going to wear funky socks? You
I
just
know,
never
right?
know. I think Diamond cut herself on her hand there early in the third quarter.
She's pressure, man.
NC State running a full court press out of these made free throws. Westmore noted this week he wants to experiment with different things, leading to a steal.
She's going all the way.
Boyd to the bucket. That's pretty.
There's that trap. They're trapping. They're pressing.
Ernie, how do you experiment with different defenses when you're up this big and you want to learn things early in the season?
And that's what Coach wants to do. He knows he's playing against a young team. You know, so he says, I'm going to press him. Here's Diamond Johnson with the steal. And here's Jada Boyd taking it all the way.
Her ability to cut through the lane is really fun to watch. Her and Jakia Brown-Turner both.
Yeah, her first step is lightning quick.
NC State 2 of 3 shooting to start the half. Off to a good offensive start. Nice kick out to Hayes. He can't hit the three. It's been the one bugaboo for the Wolfpack. 2 of 9 from deep.
Well, Hayes is working on her three-point shot. She's not a three-point shooter yet. But
well, think how dominant Kai Crutchfield was from 3 last year. 40%. It's a hard player to replace.
Yeah. And Diamond's wearing number 3 now because she's worn that number most of her career.
The number was finally open.
Yes.
After Crutchfield graduates, there's a tussle for the rebound. Brown-Turner comes up with it. 8 points shy of 1,000.
Watch your back, John. See what happens when you beat
nice
a player.
Nice job by Evans to pick the pocket.
Young players, when you beat a player up the court, they're coming up from behind you. So you got to watch them.
Phoenix are playing hard tonight under the national champion in Charlotte Smith. But a turnover there.
Yeah, the Phoenix are playing hard. They are.
And one thing Charlotte mentioned against the Wake Forest game, there was a 16-0 run in the first quarter. Wake's pulled ahead. But the rest of the game, the points were dead even. A resolve and a toughness from the Phoenix.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what she wants. She wants her play. She wants a team that's never going to give up. And these young players, that's why she's playing these tough games early, to get them ready for conference play.
Diamond Johnson with a nice lay-in. Never give up on that bucket. It found its way in.
No, like I said, she is pressure.
In the words of the great NC State legend Jim Valvano, don't give up. Never give up.
Never give up.
And
that's how I live my life from that man, from that phrase right there.
Your
Never
great
give
coach,
up.
influential, his name here in the arena, Valvano Arena.
Man, it's a blessing to be calling a game in Valvano Arena and having been playing in this arena. It's a blessing.
NC State fighting hard for the rebound, kicking it out. Still struggling to hit from 3.
Madison's not afraid to take that, and that's great. She's going to knock some down. But the defense.
Nice finish from Raven Preston, the true freshman at Greensboro.
Beautiful drive by Raven Preston. She's an impressive freshman.
Preston had 9 points against Wake Forest. You were really impressed with her play.
Yeah, I watched that game, and she did great in that game.
Second leading scorer for Elon in a 18-point loss to Wake Forest. As Brown-Turner can't get the bunny.
Oh, there's Madison Hayes on the crash.
You're not kidding. The mouth guard kind of represents her style of play.
Yeah,
everything's hard, aggressive.
Aggressive. She's crashing the basket. She's diving on the floor for loose balls.
And Preston with 5 points in the blink of an eye.
Raven Preston is impressing me.
You're thinking because I officiated the wedding last week. You're saying Reverend Evan with
right?
Ernie Myers. Well, there's Raven Preston hitting another. You're thinking of Ravenscroft High School, too, here in Raleigh.
Yes.
Great private high school. I was talking to Chris Corciani about that. His son went there. Now at NC State, his Hobby hits the jumper. Give her 14 points.
Beautiful setup there by Diamond Johnson. Got her the ball on the baseline. She was wide open.
That's the elevation of her game, the assist making for Diamond. Not just the scoring, but passing the basketball.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what they need. If they're gonna progress this year to be a Final Four team or into the tournament or win another ACC tournament.
Well, Johnson went from being the first sub off the bench to being the #1 option as that bucket drops in for Preston.
Preston is putting the pressure on. She's coming out to play the second half.
7 points quickly, all in the second half. Jada Boyd attacks, finds her shooter. NC State yet to hit a three in the second half. Got to give the ball to Preston here. Nice backdoor slip and the reversal.
Yeah. Beautiful setup by Preston.
She found Chloe Williams for the nifty finish.
Yes. That was a beautiful setup. Lofted the pass up, a nice reverse layup.
Williams, also a true freshman. Charlotte Smith said she's just beginning to scratch the surface in game 2 of her career. Nice pass from Johnson. Leads to a three.
That's what Max Hayes has to do. Don't stop shooting. That shows me she's worked on her jumper this summer.
NC State had started the half 0 of 5 from 3, so a big triple to start the second half.
That was a beautiful setup.
Sometimes it just takes one to open up those shooters.
Yes.
And the Wolfpack hit 8 threes a game last year. Doty with a nifty move.
Man, this young team has come here to play.
Cameron Doty did not play, injured last year at Tucson, Arizona, but making her presence felt.
Man, they're picked 4th in the CAA. Man, they're going to be competitive in that conference.
Behind Drexel, College of Charleston, and Stony Brook. As Boyd hit nothing but the backboard. Fights for the board.
It's Diamond.
You talk about pressure. There was a lot on Johnson there. Brown Turner cuts in with 4.
Beautiful
Feeds
pass.
Hobby for the bank. Four players with at least 7 points for NC State. This mirrors Monday night's performance in the win over Quinnipiac.
That was a beautiful setup by Japia Brown Turner.
Evans gets the push off and came up short.
That was senior to senior love. There's
Look at Johnson running around.
Putting the pressure on him.
A lot of iso ball right now as Johnson catches, shoots, hits.
If Johnson gets her feet set, you can count. She gets her feet set on that jump shot, it's bottoms.
13 points for Diamond Johnson. And now NC State nearing its largest lead at 22. Doty looks to respond. Give it to her.
Doty said right back at you.
Did you see that flip of the three, too? She flipped her wrist there.
Yeah.
Registered freshman stepping up. She was a state champion in high school at Arizona Compass. Not a directional school, but an actual charter school in Phoenix. There's so many like Northwest, Southeast schools in North Carolina. It's kind of neat. Good to see it in the Phoenix area, too, as there's a jump ball, and we'll take the timeout. NC State finding its offense in the second half. It's a three-point party here recently. Diamond Johnson got the party started.
Bang!
And then Cameron Doty says, anything you can do, I can do it better here on ACC Network. It's great ties to the NC State program. Her uncle was one of the best ever in college basketball.
He's the
David
GOAT,
Thompson.
the GOAT.
National champion, most outstanding player of the year in 1974. It gets pretty neat, too, when you dig into the family lineage. Her cousin, Derek Whittenberg, later helped the Wolfpack with some of your squads in 1983.
Yeah, that's my teammate.
As a national champion. He's currently the Associate Athletic Director for Community Relations here at NC State.
Yes, he is. Doing this thing, and she's an author as well.
And
she
Charlotte wrote a
authored
book,
2 books.
When Athletes Pray.
When Athletes Play and When Coaches Pray.
She noted the book was sort of like a game, right? It has the ebbs and flows of quarters. It's spread out.
Yes, it's a devotional. Teaching players how to navigate through this athletic life.
Nice dish downstairs. And River Baldwin converts.
Now there's 2 point guards on the floor. Sanaya Rivers is playing point forward.
Elon has clawed back into this game, but that air ball won't help.
She just said, I'm taking this shot.
Here's point guard 2, feeding point guard 1
Feet
for
set.
3.
Bang.
And she got it.
There's nothing you can do about that, man. Once she gets her feet set, it's bottoms.
What did we say about 1 3 leading to another? That's 3 straight triples for NC State. Doty's been nice in this quarter. 5 points, slips it in. Radkowska bodied up and a jump ball.
Man, they say pressure makes diamonds. But Diamond, she's pressure.
NC State can hold for the final shot in this third quarter. Rivers attacks. Ooh, nice block. And a jump ball, possession Elon. That was a great play by Doty.
Yeah, Doty stood her ground and kept her hands straight up.
Asia James in there on the block as well. The St. Peter's transfer. So it's James and 8 new freshmen on this roster for the Phoenix. Clock down to 4.
Nice
Doty
Ooh.
gets it to go.
Doty is coming at you.
The redshirt freshman ready to go in her debut. Beautiful punch for punch with NC State. Look at that efficient quarter. You ever have one of those moments in your life? How invigorating is that?
5 for 5, man. Freshman making it happen.
When you walk in the gym and know you can't miss.
On the big stage.
Big stage of a top 10 NC State program here in Reynolds Coliseum. As River Baldwin gets her own rebound. Second chance can't go. And now a tussle leads to a jump ball. Possession Elon.
River Baldwin, when she brings the ball down, she makes herself the size of the little people. If she keeps the ball up high, there's nobody that can block it.
So you want her to be the giraffe in the jungle. Keep those tucks up and go to work.
Absolutely. Whoever's on her is a mouse in the house. You know, so she needs to keep the ball up high and never bring it down. Because there's nobody in the building that can guard her.
Ivana McGill is blocked. Good coverage by Collins. And a leak out.
Watch Timmons.
Timmons kicks. Hayes 3. Bit strong. Rebound, NC State. Rivers gets her own board.
She's going to shoot that.
Great pass. Wow, look at this tussle. And a
I
foul
mean,
here on
the
Ivana
offensive
McGill.
rebounds in Wolfpack, they just crashing the offensive board. But when you take long shots, you're going to get long rebounds. So, that's when the person, when she's pulling up for a three-point shot right there, expect a long rebound.
14 offensive rebounds, now 15 for NC State.
Wow.
It adds up quickly.
Yeah, you can't win letting the team get 14 offensive rebounds.
Another open look, and it rattles out. NC State coming back down to earth, 45% shooting tonight.
There's Doty.
You see the immediate double team on Doty, leads to a steal. Timmons.
She's going all the way.
Timmons!
Beautiful move. Great decision. Head up, running.
The Charlotte native, 10 points in her debut. She attacks the bucket hard there. She's now the 10th player to score for NC State. McGill hits a free throw jumper. That is pretty.
Yeah, that was pretty.
So she
nice
had 6
bounce
points,
pass.
Ivana McGill, in the first quarter. Her first bucket since.
Wow.
How has NC State limited McGill's touches?
They've been fronting her, first and foremost, and not letting her get the ball. And then her teammates have been knocking down shots, so they haven't really been looking for her, to be honest with you.
As Ivana heads to the bench, the redshirt senior early in her final season.
Preston's been taking jumpers. Doty's been knocking down shots. The freshmen are running they're running the joint tonight.
8 new freshmen for Elon. James, the second-year standout, misses that bucket. Rivers says, I'll pop a jumper. That's short. And Westmore kind of nods his head and goes, well, she's really talented. I'll let her shoot that.
Yeah. If she can knock down that jumper consistently, there's no stopping her.
Nice pass.
Ooh, beautiful setup. The freshmen are playing basketball here in Valvano Arena. They come into play.
That was Raven Preston with a pretty dime.
I know Coach Smith is enjoying this, watching her freshmen grow up.
And a foul here on
big
Preston.
game like this. Here she goes. Ooh, nice bounce pass and nice layup.
Second time Chloe Williams is cut without the basketball.
Yeah, she knows how to move without the basketball.
Freshman.
Yeah, and she's moving without the basketball.
Finding her freshman teammate.
Freshman teammate.
Playing against a top 10 NC State team.
Yeah, veteran ball club with no freshmen.
Sort of fitting.
Yeah, right?
And a foul here on the post. That's Hannah Derige on the foul. True freshman, again, out of Burtonsville, Maryland. Nice inbounds play. That is blocked.
She brought it down again.
Blocked by who? A freshman.
Yeah. River Baldwin needs to keep the ball up high.
Regina Walton runs the point, replacing all-conference standout Brie Perpignan. One of 5 players in Elon history with 200 assists. And here's a foul on Elon, giving it away. It's like every time Elon tries to crawl back in this game, some self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, I mean, they're down 20, but it just doesn't feel like it. You know, they're down 20 points because they're making plays and they're continuing to play hard, but they're down 20 points, but it doesn't feel like it.
Deranger exits quickly for Charlotte Smith, who was the most outstanding player of the 1994 Final Four for her Tar Heels.
And the player of the year, I mean, her resume in women's basketball, she has a huge resume in this game.
Timmons.
Ooh. Whoa! Timmons with the scoop shot.
Score that at 10 with the judge.
She put a little English on that one.
Back in the post.
Nice
Johnson
backdoor
feeds.
pass.
Johnson, who couldn't hit. Raven Preston on the miss. NC State in transition to Boyd. Look at that play.
Great lead pass by James to Jada Boyd for the lay-in.
Timeout, Elon. That leads balloon quickly on the fast break play of NC State.
Absolutely. They're getting the ball out, and they're pushing it right here. Here's Jessica Timmons with a nice scoop shot.
And then the steal leads to the bucket. NC State rolling on the bench. Jessica Timmons with 4 points. She's one of 9 players to contribute tonight.
The sophomore from Charlotte, one of the highest scoring high school players to ever play in North Carolina. I mean, she can ball. I mean, she's doing it all. She has 4 points, but it seems like she has more than that. But
the creativity on those buckets was tough too.
Yeah. The degree of difficulty
as
is very
James
high.
Gets in the passing lane, forcing a turnover. NC State has forced 20 Elon turnovers.
Yeah, you can't win a game with 20 turnovers. And NC State, they're pressing. They're trapping.
And something to note, Ernie, last year NC State, they did not force turnovers. 13th in the ACC in forced turnovers. That's a good sign tonight.
Yes, and there's James. Yeah, that's a good sign every night if you can do that.
Then it helps you hit buckets on the other end for Zia James.
Yeah, Zia James. Again.
She becomes the 10th player to score. Everyone but Sophie Hart for NC State. A little easier when the roster's only 11 players to get everyone involved scoring-wise. As Johnson penetrates.
Sophie Hart, great defense.
But then she went back on offense and didn't find the ball.
Well, against Quinnipiac, all 11 players scored against
Clock down to 2.
First game of the season.
Good defense by NC State. A shot clock violation. Look who's returned. Your pressure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Jakia Brown-Turner's back in the game.
So Johnson sits on 16 points. Brown-Turner is 8 away from 1,000. She might hit that tonight.
She might get it. She might get that before the game is over. 2 3-pointers and a drive to the basket.
There's Brown-Turner sitting in the corner, and Johnson goes to work.
18 points for Diamond, and that's for her stat line. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals.
Pretty efficient.
Pretty efficient.
Even playing through foul trouble in the first half as Preston misses the jumper.
And only 1 turnover. That's the biggest stat in this game for her, trying to lead a ball club.
Moving into that role of veteran leader.
Yeah, last year she led the team in turnovers coming off the bench. So, I mean, as a starter, the first game she didn't have a turnover.
Nice dish here to Boyd, who lost it.
She lost her footing.
Elon in transition, searching to stop an 8-0 run for NC State.
Jada Boyd said she got hit on the wrist. No foul.
No Diamond there with the tape on her left wrist. She got knocked early in the third quarter. Clock down to 5. Looking for Ivana McGill, who's been productive.
Beautiful
and adds 2
move.
more.
Beautiful move by this grad senior.
Double digits for McGill, now with 10.
McGill can play.
She has nice post moves, too.
Yeah, great footwork.
Brown-Turner kicks it around. NC State has hit 5 triples. 4 of those coming in the second half. Maybe a chance for more. Good shot fake.
Here's Sophie Hart.
And Hart joins the party. All 11 players have scored.
Beautiful offense. Another offensive rebound by the Wolfpack. And Sophie Hart.
That's a story of the night, partner. 18 O boards for the Wolfpack.
18 offensive boards. You cannot win a game letting the team get 18 boards on you, but they're young. Strong drive to the basket.
We'll take the media timeout. Final 3 minutes as NC State gets balanced scoring. It's dominant scoring. All 11 on the board tonight, including number 11, Jakia Brown-Turner. Points.
Yeah, Diamond Johnson putting pressure on the defense here. Nice jump shot. Here she is. Nice pass to Hobby for the nice land. She's dishing. She's knocking down three-point shots. She's making steals. Diamond Johnson is giving it all she's got. Shining bright on the biggest stage.
18 points for Johnson. That's 7 of 11 shooting, too. We noted only the 1 turnover. That's important for Diamond.
3 rebounds, 1 turnover. She did it all.
She will sit on the bench the rest of the night watching her team cruise to a nearly 30-point lead. As Chloe Williams hits the free throw. An Elon team that
Chloe
finally...
Williams is a good-looking freshman as well.
One of 8 freshmen.
Yeah,
Elon.
she knows how to move without the ball.
Williams studying in business and interior design at Elon. Looking to be a house decorator or designer, if you will.
Okay.
She heads to the bench.
We need some of those in the world, definitely.
Here's Ruby Willard. Ever watch those house flipping shows?
Yes.
This or that? Flip or flop? There's so many. The Property Brothers. James kicks it out.
Oh,
another nice
good
pass.
Ball movement.
Leads to a 3.
Jessica Timmons can shoot that. That's great ball movement by the Wolfpack. Sharing the basketball, looking for the best shot.
14th assist for Westmore's club.
And they got it.
McGill the other way.
Can't leave McGill open on a baseline like that. She's been consistent. That she got a nice, go the whole game and a nice face-up jump shot.
Ivana McGill has an old school style of play,
yes,
but it
really
really works.
Yeah, it works for her, definitely.
12 points for the senior.
Mm-hmm.
Collins fronts her and is fouled.
Yeah, see the ball movement. Here's James to Jakia Brown-Turner to Jessica Simmons with her feet set. Bang! I know Coach Moore is loving that.
Great ball movement, better camera work to follow the ball. That's a hard thing to do with the way this offense
absolutely,
runs.
right?
So many passes, a lot of distribution. As Collins hits the free throw. I have never seen a shooting release like Mimi Collins before.
Yeah, I mean,
and yet it goes in.
Yeah, she keeps it up high, man, and she knocks it down. She's deadly for the mid-range game, and she can shoot free throws.
8-point-a-game scorer at Maryland in her last stop. How about this? Tennessee, Maryland, NC State in her 3-year tenure.
Yeah,
Couldn't have picked 3 better programs.
No, you can't.
Throwing UConn in the mix, and you have the quadruple header of great women's basketball programs. Evans kicks it out to Willard, and it'll stay here. Elon gears up to play High Point, the favorites out of the Big South Conference, coming up this week. A very regional rivalry. NC State gears up for Mount St. Mary's on Sunday, and a steal. James runs the break.
Good pass.
Brown-Turner in transition.
Good pass.
6 points away from 1,000.
Isaiah James with the steal and a nice pass on the fast break to Jakia Brown-Turner. 6 points away.
Do you let her shoot a 3 on back-to-back possessions?
Absolutely.
Would love to join the club. 36 members of the 1,000-point club here at NC State. And a timeout called by Charlotte Smith. Great passing here from the Wolfpack.
Here's Isaiah James with the steal. On the break, head up. Jakia Brown-Turner with a nice
her
left-hand
eyes
lay-in.
lit
Yeah,
up too?
yeah, she was. Yeah, they got big.
She looked left and go, oh gosh, I have a 1,000-point score to my left.
See, last year she'd have drove that all the way to the basket. You know, because she was the young gun last year, so she's taking pride in her passing abilities this year.
And that was an area of emphasis for Westmore this offseason. We need to be a better passing team. We
Yes.
lose 4 starters. How do we distribute the ball to all of our scorers?
Absolutely, and that's what they did last year. That team, they shared the basketball. They looked for the best shot. It was a clinic out here 99% of the time when you came to the game. They shared the ball.
That team won 32 games.
Yeah, I called all of them.
And that's the accolades for this year's team.
Yes.
A chance to repeat into the Elite Eight, maybe go farther into the Final Four. Not the preseason ranking per se, but the talent to do it.
Yeah, they have the talent to do it. They have the talent, you know, when they become more of a team. And you can see that right here. You can see the maturation right here, right now. They continue to play this way as a team and no egos involved. They could be that team.
Well, they have a good test coming up with some great opponents in the non-conference. UConn, West Virginia. The Big 12 Challenge as well.
Yeah, and you got Iowa. It's going to, traveling to Iowa as well. It's not on the schedule. You don't see it on here, but
and you'll see Ernie and I for the next 2 games.
Yes.
St. Mary's and Charlotte. Jakia Brown-Turner penetrates, and she wanted the 3-point play.
Yeah, she's going to knock these 2 free throws down.
Something tells me during a timeout. Hey, did you check your stat line?
Yeah.
No, you're at 9 points. You need 15 to 1,000.
Nah, well, like back in the day, you didn't know you were near 1,000. You didn't count it. They didn't, make a big deal out of it. They put it in the notes or something like that. And
so you as a player didn't look up to the board to see your stat
No,
totals.
I didn't know when I scored 1,000 points. I mean, I did it, but I didn't know when. And that's a lot of pressure, knowing that you're going into the game, that, hey, I'm 16 points away. And, that jumper that you would think about, you might, you got a little nerves in that now. Because you want to get this over with. I'm sure she wants to get this 1,000 points over with.
She's now 5 points away. Could be by Sunday. Open 3-pointer for the new freshman Willard. And it'll go to NC State.
Jakia Brown-Turner for the 3.
It's about to ask, do you feed her the ball here from downtown?
Oh, absolutely.
Setting the play for her off this pick. Timmons runs the point. All 11 have scored for NC State.
And she's running the point. Here she is. Nice bounce pass.
Dumps down to Collins. Fade away.
Bang.
Wow.
Oh.
Rebound, James to convert.
How many offensive rebounds? That's about 20 right now, right?
19.
19.
Very close.
Yeah.
Largest lead now for NC State at 34. And
Another
a
steal by James.
There you go. Nice
pass
to the senior. Oh, no.
Jakia Brown-Turner.
She was looking for the next pass.
I know.
And it lost it.
That was beautiful ball movement.
And West is smiling inside.
No, I'm just telling you, that 1,000-point thing is in her head. I'm telling you. Because that's an easy layup. That was a wide-open layup.
Oh, the pressure.
The pressure.
It makes diamonds, you say.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's an open shooter.
And it drops.
Bounce for Madison Hayes. So maybe not 1,000 tonight.
No.
In terms of points, but 1,000 program wins.
That 1,000 program wins, man. That's a huge milestone.
Less than 30 seconds away. 50 years of NC State basketball. And there's a foul here, sends Derringer to the free throw line.
Derringer just powered it up and got fouled.
With Ivana McGill in foul trouble much of the night, another freshman, Hannah Derringer, to the free throw line. Elon Phoenix continue a tough non-conference schedule. High Point, favorites in the Big South. Old Dominion, one of the best in the Sun Belt. And NC Central, one of the favorites in the MEAC.
Yes, and Howard.
Good mid-major schedule for Charlotte Smith.
She's not running from anybody. She said this is going to make her team better.
Neither is NC State.
No.
Top 10 team in the country and playing like it tonight.
Absolutely. Coach Moore said he wants to be #1 in the net. So he's not running from anybody either.
A wire-to-wire victory for NC State. not just a win, but the 1,000th win in the history of this NC State women's program.
1,000 wins in this building, man, on the road. I mean, this is a great milestone for the NC State faithful, these fans and the program moving forward. Unbelievable. One of the great programs, women basketball programs in the country.
There's a lot of great teams in NC State history. This team starts 2-0, and